I'm not exactly sure how we're gonna get this apart.
You are now watching Farming with Duffy Ag.
Beautiful day. So previously we messed around with this. We took these two middle rows and took them from 36 to 30, and I think we're in a good place there. Now we just got to keep working our way down. What are we? Since we're there, we're a quarter of the way done with moving row units, but these pivots are gonna take a little more work. But let's swing this back out. We got to move. Ooh, that might be. Yep. We got to move these lift wheels. So we got to zing these brackets off, which somebody welded this. That's not a John Deere part. But I do like how they got flow controlled as far as the lift. Pretty neat. So, yeah. Plenty of work still to do. Appreciate you guys watching along, and let's dive into this. Ended up zinging both those brackets off with the cutting wheel, and I did cut that right there. That outside bearing, I don't want to heat those and have them get junk or anything, so this one did come loose, but we're gonna slide it that way. This shaft right here has to be shorter anyway, so we're just gonna have to re-drill a bolt when we get done. My plan is, if I can keep all of this, we're not going to mess with any of that, but we'll have to take this off and move it up probably to make that line up where it actually connects to the other side. But then this shaft will be good. We'll actually have to cut more off once we get done, but that will allow me to move everything, and then we'll line it up. But we'll go ahead, jump on the ditch witch. We'll get the forks and we'll slide in, and we'll see if we can pick up one side so we get the tire off, then we can slide it over. We'll do it on the other side too. This is just going to be U-bolts. We'll probably have to grind that down some. Slide it over, line it up, do it on that side. Then from there, we should be able to do everything with it on the ground. This quick. Just need the gun. Okay. Is it gonna move, or am I gonna have to do the other one too? Oh. Probably have to loosen the other bit. Well, unbolted that one. Cut that one because I don't think that was holding us up, but it was definitely fighting me some. Yeah, stuff that's just been on for a while. Oh yeah. There we go. Okay, we got to figure out where we're going to. Oh, plenty of room. Yep. We just got to make sure that, oh, that's okay. The shaft going through. So 3.5 between each puts it perfect. So this one's actually going to get moved to right here, but we'll tighten this one up, and we'll go do the other side. I guess maybe we'll move this one down first, make some progress on one side. I did start cutting out the welds on this transmission, so then we can pop that off. So those are cut, well, gouged out. Gouge those. Once that comes off, then that will move down with it. That allows you to take it out. We'll have to find the decals. See, somebody stuck it on. There's two different ones here. I don't know. Was this on the other side? No, couldn't be. That's weird. Why is there two? Well, alrighty. We'll get those bolts back in that, so then I can set it down, because it's just not really the best thing having it up in the air. Ditch witch is doing its job, but I'd rather have it on the ground. Tighten back up. All we got to do is weld that back to that, and we'll be good. Any of these hydraulic lines, well, actually probably all of them, because once we get done with this, we got to spray this frame. So we'll paint the frame down with the hydraulic lines, and we'll take them off, put new hydraulic lines on, because we got some rub marks. It'd be a pain to get it out and have it all some blow, but that gets welded there, which will be on point. We'll clean that weld up, but I can set it back down. Yeah, almost like we know what we're doing. This one might go actually easy. The wings should be pretty easy too. Well, we took them off, so. A little bit more. We'll measure it. Too far. Okay, tape measure. Probably a little too far. I guess doing the wheels is going to be a little more challenging, because there's a wheel in the way. Let's tighten that up and see. Bingo. Moved over. Level. Spaced right. 30-inch. Yeah, that's wild. That's much better. I'm really glad these are U-bolted on. Just got to finish cutting this off. What this is, if you're not a farmer, it's the transmission for the planter. So based on which gears you're working on, so you got it sprocket teeth number, based on that it will adjust how much you're actually planning. So you change it and you get different calculations, because that is ground driven off this chain that comes up, goes across. So that's that shaft that we actually got to adjust down. I'm thinking I'm going to cut that bearing right out, and we'll order new bearings for those. Probably best to do that. So as you see, this one will be easy enough. We're just gonna, well, hopefully easy enough. We'll undo this bearing here, and we'll move this down accordingly. Got that all off. Got one side freed. I think I just got a little bit up there, and hopefully that will come right off. Okay, it's off. Don't want to burn any of the wires. Okay, now that this is out of the way, we're gonna reuse that. It's gonna get welded back on, but it's gonna be as pretty much tight in here. Since we're gonna notch these welds out and notch it all the way around. This is tubular going in, and then they welded it on. So if we cut the welds off, that should slide right out. This piece should slide out. Then we'll cut where we need to down here. Because currently, what we would have is, if we put that seed box on, we'd be way out. So everything's moving to the left. I thought about cutting sections of the frame out and moving everything in between. Reinforcing it doesn't add up. This, at least the frame is still how it's supposed to be, not cut into different sections. This will be back to a factory setup. Well, not factory, but how they made it. I was hoping just four sides and we'd be golden. I got the back side at the bottom, but this is plated, so it's got a cross section, so we gotta cut that out too and then re-weld that in. So they added that on for reinforcement, I think, because I almost guarantee that that's welded inside of it. Well, they put metal inside metal and then welded it. So cut it in half just to see what was going on with it. I was right. There's a weld inside there. I had to do a little bit of grinding so that I knew what I was cutting into, but clearly we are off because, well, look at the gap now. So that's off. So that's cool. What we got to do is take the hydraulic lines off, and that's going to slide right out of there. And then we'll work on notching this side. This side should be actually easy. That's much more square, and we'll know what exactly we're dealing with because it'll be a part. Why did I not take the hydraulic lines off before? Good question. I'm not really sure, but they shouldn't have any fluid because we've already opened up some of it, and the pistons to raise, well, we know the hydraulic line's blown, but yeah, that's quite interesting. So we're gonna cut this back a distance. We got to do measuring once we're done so that everything lines up right. But at least if it's off, then I can work on this, cutting this other one, because we got to start by cutting this tube down to where we need it to be. Yeah, makes sense in my head. I'm not sure if we're learning. I wasn't sure where this stopped, but clearly they welded underneath this some more and bent some stuff or ground some stuff down, so we're okay. I nicked the bar a little bit, but we're gonna be okay. I went to get the hammer out, and the reason why it didn't fall right on the ground, hammer's holding it up. I'm not exactly sure how we're gonna get this apart, but we're gonna use the mini skid, see if we can pick it up. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's off. Not the sketchiest thing we've ever done, right? Okay. Alrighty, we're off. Look at all the junk in there. That got bent a little bit from me chiseling it, but we're gonna cut this way up here once we figure out what we actually need for. But there we go. Oh, that's how they did it. They got some plates out that extended it. I was wondering because that tube wasn't the right size, but that actually worked out pretty good. We'll clean up what's left of that welds, and yeah, then we just got to cut the other side, slide it out, be good. But I got to meet with our nutritionist because he works with other farms, and he's here, and we want to talk about what's going on at other farms and help him get logged in since his computer got wiped, or he got a new computer or something. So I'm gonna go meet up with him, but I appreciate you guys watching along on this one. We got one wing off. Now we kind of know what we're doing. I did cut that, which is good. So that's trimmed off because we're just gonna have to move that over. But this is working. This is gonna work out. So we got 3 rows set up. Once we're gonna do a full side, I think. That way we know what we're doing when we go to the other side and we don't jump back and forth always learning. I'd rather struggle for a day or two and then the other side be a breeze, but this is cool. I'm glad that this was sleeved like this and it worked out really, really well. We got a lot of cleaning up to do as far as getting it good and welding it back together. And yeah, when I'm welding on stuff that's flat and square and stuff like this and that we're gonna have completely clean, I can weld. So I know there's some guy, Craig, that keeps telling me I need to take classes. Thanks, bud. But I think we're gonna work out. I've only been faking it, trying to make it for, I don't know, my whole life. So alrighty, we're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go help him. It is still light out, which it's like 6 o'clock or something. Yeah, 6 o'clock on the dot. And then I think I'm going to dinner with him. Talk about life, dairy industry, what's going on in the world. Because not only is he a nutritionist, but he does consultant work. So alrighty, enough of me rambling. Appreciate it, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.